Hi everyone. As I had promised, we finished KENPO part 1. That is talking politically about Kenya, but this KENPO kind of karate. So I chose that because we were going to talk as Kenyans. And I'm proceeding on with this talk as a Kenyan, not biased. What I give are just suggestions, no political alignment, no tribal alignment. So take the points the way they are, because we are on the way to progress. We may have missed a few steps, but I see we are doing fine because all our presidents have been there. The wheelbarrow pusher has also pushed the wheelbarrow. We saw some new houses. That is good work. When something good is done, we commend, say kudos, it's done good work. But there are certain things that I would like us to talk as Kenyan citizens. These ones are for us. KENPO politics. My title is An Improved KENPO Karate on the Democratic Platform. This is not a physical, but this is an improvement of the way we have been fighting our politics. Because the way I said in the previous videos, war is everywhere, anytime. Even now, the white cells in our bodies are fighting, so everything. There's always opposition. Sometimes there is moving in the same direction, and that's how life is. So we done so well as Kenyans, but there are just a few suggestions I can give. As a normal citizen, not a politician, do not take it from any political point or from any tribal angle. They are just suggestions which can be taken or rejected. But I would like you to listen to them. We've been having problems. The biggest problem is of funds. Some areas saying they are underfunded, some areas saying they are overfunded. And I came to realize that there is no county that cannot produce its own funds. There may be less resources, but you'll find there are some people, we always talk of Northeastern. There's a boundary crossing, they trade with the neighboring countries, there is income there. In every other place that we are, there is production of money. That's how the central government gets money. So what I was suggesting was that county funds, unlike the way we do money going to the central government, it be that the counties collect money, they can make rules for the money, but a percentage, let's say 30%, is taken to the central government from each county to manage national affairs, which will be made as a budget for that. But the county can have its own budget because each county would have its own economy. You don't need boosting from the central government if you can use 70%. And the battle we have for many things that we do, people having a race like you will die if you never ascend to presidency, will come to an end. Because the economy, that's where we rush for, thinking that when you are up there, you will have the economy. When the economy is controlled at the county level, there won't be big fights up there. People will have to fight at their county area for their own development. If you fail, you are failed as a county. You can't have somebody responsible. And then the other elections will be for people to present now the face of Kenya. So that we don't also shame them, asking for things that maybe they may not be able to provide. The counties can be able to do that. So that will have to do with revenues being pushed to the county, unlike what's happening with the central government putting down the money. Let the money be, a large portion be retained at the source. then it gives that fraction to the central government. Another thing that I have been thinking is recall system. Because we have recall rules. But when somebody has gotten into parliament or any place, recalling is a tall order. So if we could improve on the recall so that whoever is working there can know that you are fully responsible to the people who have elected you. Like the counties can have their recall system working within the county and it ends there. Because there have been problems. Somebody can be recalled by the county, taken to Nairobi, brought back to the people. People reject him or her again, taken to Nairobi, so it becomes counterproductive to the people because it's the people who elect the leaders. But now it appears like the leader they elected now is again being forced on them. So if there can be a fair and just way to finish the county, apart from the senator and the governor, to finish that business on the county level. They finish it there. There are also things that have stopped innovations. We thank our systems and we thank our big corporations like Kenya Power and the rest. But if rules can be changed so that you don't have everybody gets permission from the same body that is trading, so that there can be injection of new players. Like a county may be interested to produce electricity from garbage. I've never traveled out, but I've seen from videos, some countries, when they collect their garbage, they are able to produce electricity, generate. But then they'll be forced to put it on the main line. If they are able to produce their own electricity, can they be allowed to price it at their own price and sell it? A law be loosened so that it's not only one company owning the monopoly. Same to communication, same to water. So that there are certain things that a county can also maneuver and adjust to its own well-being so that it can be able to sustain its economy. Another thing that has been going in my mind, people go for benchmarking and others can just benchmark from their neighbors. We have had a tussle with Tanzania. That happens everywhere. People travel across and things happen. But there are many beautiful things that Tanzania has that we can emulate. One thing they have is unity. We can be a united country. Second thing they have, they rotate their presidency. That's why presidency in Tanzania is not a matter of life and death. They have had more presidents than any of the East African countries and still very stable. So my suggestion was, because I've come to realize, and we have come to realize, there is no tribe that enjoys a majority. Because the difference is 17, the second one 14, another one 13, another one 2. So we are almost equal, balanced. My suggestion was, if people can be able to get back and reorganize Kenyans and have their own rotation system, because the way we have been going, it may only rotate amongst the big tribes, and maybe the 4 big tribes only. So that we have a system, a rotational system like that of Tanzania, but according to Kenyans' own decision. So that this time, if a president comes from a certain place 2 terms, then from this other rotation, a deputy will not come from the same place, can come from another place, rotation, and the rules that can govern. So that every Kenyan can know that their region, it may not be a tribal region, it may be a larger region, presidential, the Electoral Commission and the Kenyans can have their own suggestions. So that we know these seats are rotational. These are people presenting the face of Kenya so that we can respect them. We finish our politics down there. These are people we approach for national and international matters. They are our affairs. Because when we have them handling all those things, we shall have problems. We have to sometimes shout at them openly, do other things that we could not be doing with them because they would have been solved at the ground level. So those are my suggestions. Some of our activists may have a tussle with Tanzania. I don't know about that one. But we also look for good things that are there. We can also emulate. We don't have to go benchmarking far. They have sustained their stability. We can also do the same. There was a time we had a shake-up, but we can catch up. That is all I have for KENPO Part 2. For those who are interested, this is not a forced matter to anybody. If it's politicians, if it's the citizens, you can push forward these things. And the citizens should take a central part. Don't let the politicians get in. When things are messed up, you start complaining. There are forums at the county level. How many people attend? We do not even know. So people will go shouting about central government or whatever failing, while they are not even attending to their affairs, planning and whatever at their county level. So let's be sensitive, because the things they plan affect us. If they plan poorly, it will affect us. Do not say that my account is being vandalized, so I don't care, because eventually it will touch onto your economy. Let's participate fairly in our political situation, administration and everything. And there are channels, like the one I'm telling you. Many people do not know that you can go to the county and participate from that level. You insist, this is what we want. But if you lose that opportunity, how do you blame somebody while there are opportunities for you to correct? So let's be sensitive politically. Let's not be tribal. And it would be better if the resources from the county were retained in the county, so that we don't have people saying we are marginalized, others saying we are many and the money is not. And Nairobi complaining because most of the money, Nairobi produces a lot of money. Most of the money is again to be devolved to other places. Let it give its share to central government. Develop infrastructures like other big cities in the world. So can Mombasa and other places. That is what I can suggest. I'm not saying that's how it has to go. As a citizen, I'm just suggesting. Other citizens can also add to their comments. And if people are interested, they can take any. There's nothing patented here. That is all I have to say.